Designer Notes, Subject 12. What subject would you like us to discuss next? Subscribe and comment to let us know. The new Heuer Carrera Chronograph. In the 1950s, a race competition was established in celebration of the opening of the Mexican highway. This is called the La Carrera Panamericana. One Jack Heuer was so captivated by this race that he pursued the manufacture of a race instrument-inspired timepiece. Hence, the Heuer Carrera was born. This flagship watch was of course named after the Spanish word carrera, race or career in English. Today, Tag Heuer added to this illustrious career with a new collection of timepieces. The 44mm size Tag Heuer Carrera Sports Chronograph launched with 4 different models. Within its gallery of Heuer's chronograph watches, the Carrera is one of the best-known chronographs that has produced numerous versions throughout the years. This year, this is the first batch of the Carreras we are expecting, that's positioned to the larger-wristed audience with a case size of 44mm. Last year's Carrera launches were aimed more at the car and Heuer enthusiasts. This new collection is geared more on the mainstream audience very clearly. The case shape appears wider due to the shorter lugs. Compared to the vintage versions that has thinner lugs, the new models seem oversized. The tachymeter bezel is wide and familiar to the Speedmaster and Daytona crowds, and is made of high-grade ceramic. 3 of these new releases sport these black and blue ceramic bezels, while the green version is dressed with a steel bezel. The steel bracelet is a new design with H-links that reinforces its sports chronograph vibe. The center links are polished and adds a little flair to an otherwise heavily brushed sports chronograph. The dial is radial brush finish to help with the visibility. Guy Bove, Tag Heuer creative director, explains that on darker dials, a radial finish helps with the light play when viewed from any angle. This gives the dial a cleaner, more technical finish that is the core DNA of the Carrera line. The dial features the usual tri-compacts design with the 3 subdials at the 3, 6, and 9 positions. Around this dial is a very interesting minute and second markings painted on a 2-step chapter ring. On top of it, there are rectangular hour hands with polished finish. This chapter ring, raised indices, and subdials all create a depth to the watch face. In the watch is the in-house caliber Heuer 02 movement. This is a column wheel chronograph used previously on the classic Carrera line and the skeleton Carreras a couple of years back. It's an automatic movement with a 75-hour power reserve. The black and blue versions look rather pedestrian in feel, but the green dial with the stainless steel bezel stands out a little bit more than the lot. Of course, the rose gold version is a totally different animal altogether, with its leather strap only option and its gold pushers. Prices start at $5,700 for the steel models, with the rose gold being a grand more expensive. The Carrera is the iconic chronograph of Heuer. It's not really a big revision from the previous models, and understandably so. The history needs to be preserved after all. There were changes though, but the changes are not too drastic for the Heuer fan. This still looks and feels like a Carrera chronograph. The other percentage of us looking from the outside of this fanbase, however, may be left underwhelmed. There's nothing new brought onto the table. Maybe we were spoiled by Mr. Weaver a couple of years back with his Heuer Connect and Heuer 01 tourbillon and skeleton dials. We've come to expect the extraordinary. This collection falls under the ordinary category, however. But maybe that's a good thing. Or they may be setting us up for September, the next leg on the Carrera race line.